Hello and welcome to Zen AF Podcast. We are having technical difficulties today. I'm Alex Skuby, my partner in crime, Wayne Hanna. Riverside FM is not doing its job, but we do have a show for you today. It's just a bit shorter. Enjoy.
I feel like I get to say something too, though.
I want you to.
Because I feel like, you know what, we've done everything, but we're not giving up yet. You know, we're not giving up because I really feel like this is the one. I feel like it's going to work this time. I say we talk for a few minutes.
Okay, because it says recording, so I'm recording right now.
I'm recording. What does your uploading thing say?
85%.
I'm 82%. So, I mean, like, looking at this, people.
This is our third try. Guys, this is our third try. Now, the first time we did it, the second half, like almost a half hour, is there that we're going to keep. But we just can't. I don't know. Maybe someone put a hex on us, man. A Zen hex.
Oh, a Zen hex. Oh, we should. That's
Zen hex. I'm Generation Zen hex.
Welcome to Zen X, where we are here for your night clubbing pleasure.
And then out comes like the double-ended fucking dildo and like a fucking
no. Oh, it's just a dance club with drinks and people enjoying their night.
But the way you said it sounded real perverted.
No, it didn't. It just said it with a German accent. I said, "Welcome to Zenx Club." Huh?
This is it. See, then out comes the double-ended fucking vibrator.
No, there's no vibrators. You know what? We had so much stuff, but this part that we're gonna get to here in a second, where we're just because Alex and my editing skills have become top notch.
Top of the notches.
Right? Top of the notches to you.
Top of the notches to you. Money.
Money. You got any?
So here's something funny. When I'm here in LA, we have a guy who comes, nice, wonderful man, who comes and does our lawn every Monday morning. And every time I see him, he goes, "Money." Now, I always thought he was asking for money, but I think he's saying morning, like good morning.
Well, you know what? I got an idea. Just in case this thing breaks again.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your gardener next week on the Zen AF podcast, because we fucked up the first two episodes. Here's the show, people.
Enjoy it. Happened?
Did you just froze? Like, good. It's like you banged something and then it froze.
I didn't touch anything. Here's the wild thing. When we were doing the one-word answer, and you said no, after you said no, you were looking down, and I thought you were reading something, and I kept going, "What are you reading? What are you doing?" And then I went, "Ladies and gentlemen, I think Wayne has passed away." You were frozen, and then it popped up. I was kicked off of Riverside.
Yeah, so it's recording. I'll just cut that out because I edit. I'll cut this out. I'm like,
is it recording right now?
Yes, it's recording right now.
Oh,
Are you uploading? Are you uploading?
Yeah, I'm uploading. Yeah.
Okay, so it's recording, and we have to cut this big part out, and I'm sick of my stomach.
Good luck with that. It's your turn.
It's what?
It's your turn to do it, because I tried last time, and it kind of worked. So we just had some technical difficulties with Riverside.fm.
Action. So I lost one-word answer?
You lost one-word answer.
You gotta come up with better headlines than that. Like,
that's the best headline I've ever read.
Really? Because I've got one for you. A one-word answer, ladies and gentlemen, with Alex
Here we
Skuby.
Go. Do it.
Ontario nurse admits to sex with 80-year-old dementia patient and loses nursing certificate.
Winning.
You won.
I won. Right there, see?
Wow.
I just won that game.
If you say winning every single time, especially with donating your cats, sorry, people, if you're cat lovers, if you donate your cat to a thrift store, you're winning because now you're
winning.
And cats are scary.
We have two cats, actually.
Awkward.
Dusty Toodles.
I'm so allergic to cats. I'm not even lying.
No, you're not.
I am 100% allergic to cats.
Oh, no. We have two of them.
That's
now,
all right.
they're usually in our bedroom.
That's all right.
So-
I'll navigate. I'm probably only allergic to Canadian cats anyways.
Yeah, they have, well, Canadian cats are known to have that different skin schedule. So, listen, I want to talk about Zen stuff, because yesterday I was thinking to myself, what is Zen? Like, what does that even mean? What does Zen mean? Is it he's bringing out his Rolodex. What? So to me, Zen is a feeling, right? This is just to me. Zen is a feeling. It's a mindset. It's a happiness. It's a laughter. It's communication. It's relating to another human being. Some people think it's something else where you have to be constantly, like this breathing and no, it's not. That's not what it is to me. So what is it to you? Wait.
Well, you said it. You said it correctly to you,
Yeah.
and I think how people achieve a Zen lifestyle or that homeostasis or balance, that where they're balanced between their inner thoughts and their outer thought. I think when they're in that balance and they've achieved that Zen, it could be from meditating, and we need meditation to stay in that balance. But I think it's a combination of everything, and it's a lifestyle that I'm trying to figure out every day, and I still haven't found the definition of Zen. I think to me, my Zen or my balance is where I do tend to go into overthought, but I give myself grace when I do that. I do have anxious moments, but I give myself grace behind that. I do have moments of calm. I do have moments of chaos, and I just understand that I'm human, and all of those things are just going to play out the way they need to play out. I think, a couple months ago, you had said, you talk about being aware, like we are just awareness, and we talked about the cosmos and energy. That is all this shit is, man. We are just a ball of energy in this sexy, handsome vessel, navigating the world. We should be fortunate that we're humans, because humans, from the stuff that we've destroyed to the stuff that we've succeeded with, I mean, we're a pretty miraculous thing. So Zen, I mean, that's up to you as the individual.
Yeah, I completely agree with all of it, and I will put emphasis on it's up to you as the individual to feel what your Zen is, right? So when I look outside of myself to find happiness, I'm always let down, always, right? So I do know that my Zen is when I'm happy within myself, and then that spills outward, right? So that's part of my Zen. Also, when you do look outside of yourself and you look at the world on a whole, what humans have done to this world, I feel that there's a lot of bad that outweighs the good, perception-wise. Right. So what we perceive as bad, or what I perceive as bad. So we have this knack as humans to lead with our egos. We are power hungry. We like more. We want everything right now. Right. So we've come up with bad eating habits. There's too much war. There's too much death. There's too much young death. There's too many, problems that we create within ourselves as far as addictions go and stuff like that. When I look at the good things that humans have done, sometimes I stop, because I'm like, wait, I think it's a good thing, but is it? So as far as like the internet goes and social media and just stuff surrounding that, like now we have cars that can basically drive themselves, and like I said earlier, Google and GPS and satellites and all this stuff. Are those things necessarily good? I don't necessarily think they're bad. I just think that there's a dumbing down of humanity in general. Like, Do you remember the days when, if you wanted to watch a TV show, there was like 3 channels. There was like ABC, CBS, and NBC, right? That was it. You didn't have AMC and HBO. I mean, HBO came around quite a while ago, but now you turn on your smart TV and you can literally spend 2 to 3 hours trying to find something to watch because we are just plagued with content, right? And I would say probably 70% of it just garbage. It's just amazing to me. I don't even know what my point is right now, but I will say this.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Why does it have to be bad? Society has taught us that everything has to have a hidden agenda. You look at the pandemic and you look at the things that are going on with that. I get that we are in a shit show of a pandemic, but there doesn't have to be a hidden agenda. However, when you look at history and how it's repeated itself and how society's been taught that it can't just be black and white, it has to have a bunch of hidden stuff because of whatever, shitty leadership or this. I describe this last 2 years as like being in a relationship with a narcissist, because we've been locked down and we've been told one thing and felt and given the other. We have been lied to in our minds. We have thought we've been duped, but have we? Or are we just in a shitty time and this is how it's got to go? Like my question is why do those things have to be? Why does change have all of this negative stuff? Yes, is there too much content out there? For sure. But are people now having the ability to create? Yes. So the positive to that too much content there are people out there like me, for example. I'm a nobody in the entertainment world, but I'm able to contribute it and to do the things that I love to artistically because I have the ability now to put it out there. I think that there's more good to the stuff than there is bad. I am a firm believer that when I said I was going to change the world, my definition of that is I want to change my perception of the world. And when I change my perception of the world's different to me. And I don't get caught up in that there's too much of this or not enough of that, because it fucking takes you down that rabbit hole and it makes you feel like an ass. It makes you feel like shit and it puts you into that overthought thing. So I don't know what my point was to that either, but
no, but we're making sense, man. I mean, look, So everything you just said, yes, it's like when I go down these mental rabbit holes, it's like contemplating the universe, right? We've all had those times, I'm sure some of our listeners have, where you're literally just in your backyard at night and you look up and a thought comes into your head like, that star is 65 billion light years away or whatever it is. And then you go, well, if that star, and then there's a star, and then there's millions of stars, there's got to be other planets. Oh my God, that means there's more life out there that we don't even know about. And you go down these rabbit holes, right? So when I make that a little smaller and I compact it into my own bubble, it's usually goes with the social media and just fast food and stuff like this. Is just stuff I think about on a not daily basis, but I'd say weekly. I go down these kind of holes where I'm like, and as far as content goes, dude, I've been putting content out there for 25 years before fucking any of this shit ever existed. I was doing plays in Jersey in 92. You know what I mean? So it's like that back then was content. You had to drive to the theater, go see it. And it ain't like it is today, but that was, it was more of an artistic expression. I want to say, now with stuff like you asked me the other day, like you said something, you sent me something about TikTok, and I'm not doing TikTok right now. Like I kind of just got rid of the TikTok platform because I was getting incensed with all these fucking videos that people put out. Yeah. And maybe, 4%, 5-6% are good, are funny, or are meaningful, like the stuff you do and some people that I watch. But the rest of it, I'm like, what the fuck is this motherfucker? This is some of the dumbest bullshit. And then the other side of it was women putting out stuff like single for so long. I just wish someone would wink at me, or I can't fucking do this anymore.
Well, so, I mean, external validation is one thing, but let me ask you this. Why do you give a shit?
It was the content that was constantly in my feed.
Why do you care?
I care because I couldn't fucking get rid of it. I didn't know how to get it off my thing. I didn't know how to get rid of all this stuff I was
So you
seeing.
deleted it. Yeah. So you deleted it. So you created that. You just defined Zen right there. There's something that you didn't enjoy and you cut it out of your life. You in your
You're right. Yeah.
You in your process, and we're all in this process or journey or legacy, however you want to put it. As we get older, as we figure things out, we get to a place where if things don't suit us anymore, we don't bother with them. It's the same with relationships for me. I saw this piece come across Instagram the other day that defined how I was feeling. And it's like, and one of it, I think it said, I want to be in a relationship, but I also want to be single. And we date people because we're supposed to. We are with somebody. I'm not saying that's why we're with people. I think love is a huge thing, and I'm not jaded or anything. But what I'm trying to say is that if I am not able to put my best foot forward, and if I am not able to give somebody all of me or what they deserve from me, where they don't have to feel heartache created by me, or they don't have to question things because I've created these questions in their mind or sent them down a rabbit hole. If you cannot put your best foot forward, and if you cannot give your best to another human being or to content or a TV show or whatever it is that you're doing, then step away until you can work on yourself. And that's all about creating this Zen atmosphere for you. So when you deleted TikTok, like that was just your brain was going, yeah, man, I'm thinking about this shit too much. Just get rid of it. And you probably felt instantly better.
No, I felt relieved. It's funny. It's like you said that, but this is the same thing we do. You just said relationships, and that could be friends too. That's not just romantic relationships, friends. I mean, like, over the years, and I'm sure we've brought this up in one of our episodes, but I'm going to bring it up again. Over the years, there's people that I've gotten rid of out of my life because I didn't, and it wasn't that I was mean about it, and it wasn't that I was, wish them ill will or anything like that. It was just that I don't want that anymore. Now, I wish you the best on whatever your journey is and whatever you're planning on doing with your life. Go do it, but I don't need to be a part of it, So it's interesting because, see, my mother had a way of doing things. So my mother was very stubborn. She had this friend for years. I mean, they were like best friends. I was friends with this woman's son. So it was like they'd get together and then we'd have a play date and whatever, that kind of stuff. So about 30 or 40 years into their friendship, my mom starts, she was dating this man and she was dating for years. And she went out to a bar one night and they did karaoke. My mom loved doing karaoke. They went out and she got up to sing one of her songs and she looks down and she sees her friend hanging on her boyfriend. Right? That was it. Never talked to her again.
That's
now here's something,
being, man.
But she didn't even get the full story. See, this is where I kind of went, Ma, what are you doing? Like everyone was having drinks. And maybe she was just, and she just couldn't get past that. And they didn't do it. It wasn't like, she caught him kissing or it wasn't. She was just kind of
you don't know
flirting.
How far, you don't know how far back that goes. Like, I mean, there are triggers like that where
that's true.
People don't trust their intuition enough. I think that people need to trust that intuition piece. They need to be more cognizant of their intuition because, see, when I hear a story like that, I'm like commending that person because within yourself that your heart can't handle that kind of pain. If you have a jealousy thing or whatever because of whatever trigger. I was hanging out with this girl, just a friend. She called me and she was having guy trouble. And so we went for a walk and she's kind of like tearing up. She goes, I was dating this guy for about 4 months. I really liked him. And then he just up and ghosted me. But then he came back 2 months later. And now he's like trying to talk to me and I don't know what to do. And I just looked at her and without thinking, I said, can your heart handle that pain again? And she said, no. Knowing what you are capable of handling is fucking so many people are in things because they feel like they have to be and not because they want to be, and they are destroying their lives because they are trying to keep somebody else happy. That other person's fucking miserable too. That other person is not happy. If you're not happy in a relationship, they're not happy either. And
Oh
you need
God,
to get that
no.
through.
Yeah.
You need to get that through, and having the ability to say, "Hey, listen, like this isn't working." Or I can't handle this, because that's fucking noble, man.
Well, you're doing each other a favor too.
100%.
I mean, you're doing each other a favor. It's wild gut, right? So you're talking about intuition. I've always called it my gut feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild because there's been people I've met in my life, and within 2 minutes of talking to them, I knew this ain't gonna work. Now I'm talking about just like other guys or women. And I've been like, oh no, this isn't going to work. There's something about the person, the energy they're giving off, whatever it is, where I'm like, oh, okay. And the worst part about it is if that person is friends with another friend of mine and they do get along and they are friends, then I'm like, oh, fuck. Now there's a problem, right? Because there's no connection. There's no vibe. There's no... whatever. But then have you ever met a person, Wayne? Have you ever met a person and right when you met them, you went, oh, this person's no good? I'm not talking about just nothing in common. I'm talking about the extreme where you're like, oh, this is a bad person. This is not a good person.
Not too long ago either. And it was a guy actually, and reached out to me, wanted to become buddies, and there's just something shady about that person. So instead of figuring it out, I just walked away from it, because I'm at a place in my life where, I'm all about meeting new people, and I'm all about having new experience. Listen, and I don't, and I'll sound cheesy, and I know people will ask this question when you and I crossed paths, I was like, I need to be this guy's best fucking friend. Like, you just know. You just know, right? And it's from a platonic place. Like, you platonically and romantically and all that, like they're one within the same. The way you care about a human being is the way you care about a human being, and you want to surround yourself with good people. However, I find that when you're going through that healing stuff, and I had a negative mindset for a long time, so I met negative people. You meet like-minded people. Your energy feeds off, and you get what you put out into the universe. And as soon as my mindset changed into a more positive energy and a more humbled energy or mindset, I started meeting these new friends that are coming into my life. And the old friends, I still love them, but some of them are gone because we don't align anymore. And I think when you are in a good place in your brain, and when you're in a good mental space, you do pick up on bad mojo right off the bat. And that's because you have spent we've spent over 40 years building our intuition. We've spent over 40 years being faced with decisions that could affect us negatively, positively, or neutrally. So we have built up this strong intuition over the years, and that's why I think we get wiser with age. But yeah, fuck, I could pick a bad apple out in a crowd, and I'll finish with this. There are some people, though, that I'll give the benefit of the doubt to, and I'll never listen to. If you were to tell me, no, I don't want that, this person's a piece of shit to me, or this person is this and this, and it wasn't things like other than opinion, I would probably form the opinion myself. But if you came to me and you're like, hey, listen, this person is bad news because they did this to me, they're dead to me. I don't want anything to do with them.
Yeah, no, exactly. I get it. And I'm kind of the same way. It's like, I am very so with the family and good friends and stuff. If I know for a fact that someone was not good to the person that I'm good friends with, or that I'm married to, or one of my kids, oh yeah, fuck. Actually, as a matter of fact, my part of me likes to think about doing bad things to them.
But why would you?
No, but here's the thing. I'm just being honest. My brain will go, oh man, if I fucking just had a chance and I knew I wouldn't get arrested, I'd fucking steal the skin off that motherfucker's face. But in a romantic way. Do you know what I mean?
That's so like I never understood that. And listen, I'll tell you a story about the one time I got my ass kicked. And did I ever tell the story about Simon who was bugging?
I don't think so.
I was bugging him and he responded and he beat the snot. No?
No.
Grade 9. Ladies and gentlemen, let's paint a picture. It was grade 9. I was walking home from school with my friend Dave Bruce. And coming up the road was this kid that went to our school. And now listen, let's make this really clear. I was already on the lowest rung of the popularity thing. So I was literally just trying to be cool. And this was the one and only time in my life I did it. And I learned a valuable lesson and I'm very fortunate for that. But we were walking home and Dave's like, see that guy? I'm like, yeah. He's like, he's an idiot. I'm like, cool. He goes, let's go fuck with him. So we walked up to this kid. Meanwhile, I was the kid that would get beat up mostly, you know? And we walked up and he was wearing sweatpants. And I'll never forget this. He was wearing sweatpants. He was never allowed. His parents didn't let him wear jeans. They thought that he had an allergy to denim. Why I remember this, I don't know. He had a dog named Frobisher Fudd.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't remember this. I don't know why I remember this. His dog's name was Frobisher Fudd. Anyways, we got into a conversation and I punched the kid in the head. I punched him. Boom! Right? Trying to fit in because Dave's like, punch him. Yeah, hit him. Hit him. Because he was getting lippy with us. So I hit him.
Horrible.
Was it? Because within about half a second, Dave Bruce ran the other way. This kid was fucking all over me like a spider monkey. I was running as fast as I could to get home. Meanwhile, he's like on top of me, beating me down. He didn't wear denim, but he also wore a karate outfit and was pretty much a black belt. And he fucked me up in my own backyard. And my sister's boyfriend at the time peels him off of me. And this kid looks at my sister's boyfriend, who is a colossal piece of shit. And Kelly Schrock, if you're listening to this, you will always be a colossal piece of shit. He hit my sister, so we're not friends.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah. Anyways, he pulls this kid off of me, and the kid looks at me. He's like, he was bugging me, so I responded.
Wow.
At that moment, never again. I've never been in a fight again.
Okay, I got to tell you something. That story is amazing, and I'm going to tell you why. 7th grade. I'm in the locker room. We just got done playing volleyball, gym class, and I don't know how, I can't remember why, but there was this kid, and I can't mention names, but there's a kid who lived about a block from me. You know, his family lived over here. We were in the locker room. And I remember I was kind of feeling peer pressure, like you kind of were in that situation. And I can't remember exactly who was doing it, but they're like, you should fight him. I'm like, what? They're like, you should fight him. You're a pussy if you don't. I'm like, why would I do that? I don't want to fight. He's like, you're a pussy if you don't. And then finally I was like, okay, fine. And for no reason. And here's Alex Skuby in 7th grade. I had my sweatpants down around my knees. And I walked up to him and pushed him. Now, anyone that knows anything about a fight, you don't want your pants around your knees when you start it. If you start the fight. Pushed him. He looks at me, punches me dead in the fucking nose. My knees wobble and I hit the ground. Right? With my sweatpants around my knees. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. And every time I look back at that, I'm like, that must have been one of the most embarrassing and humbling moments in my entire life, and I still remember it to this day.
The key to what you just said, sorry, I didn't mean
to. No, go ahead.
Humbling.
Oh, my God.
If you can be humbled throughout your life, if you can be constantly humbled throughout your life, even with your own shit, like I've said before, when I was changing my mindset from a negative to a positive one, I stopped trying to get to a positive place. I just wanted to get to a humbling place. You know, when my son will be 18 next week. When my son and we all went to see my family this summer, we had a bit of a moment where he needed to be humbled, and I humbled him in front of everybody. And I let him know that, you know what, your shit doesn't stink. And you're not the first one to create this game. Your old man created this game. You know, like, and a couple weeks ago we were talking about it, and he goes, Dad, like, you humbled me that day, and I needed that humbling. Being humbled is probably one of the most fundamental pieces to becoming who we are and to this legacy. Being humbled is I'm so happy for those humbling moments. I'm so happy that Simon kid kicked my ass, because you know what? 30 years later, I can look at somebody and be like, is that really what you want to do? Is that how you want to treat another human being? It's those fucking moments. It's those sweatpants around your knees. I just have one question for you.
My underwear were on.
No, it's not even about your underwear.
What?
Do you think that the guy you fought was, you know who I'm talking about? Who?